Okay, hey all. So today I'm going to talk about pronouns. I have notes, so I should stay on track mostly. First up is why gender-specific pronouns seem to matter to society so much. Then I'm going to talk about gender-neutral pronouns, and then how my own experience with pronouns, and those are all going to kind of get mixed together a little bit. But yeah, here we go. Okay, so why they seem to matter to society so much. I think it's just really ingrained in the language. I think it's impossible when you're so used to something for people to just turn it off. It's pretty necessary in English when you're using third-person singular pronouns to have a specific gender. It's really rude to call a person it. And that's one of the only gender-neutral pronouns we have. We actually have a couple others. But I will talk about those later. But yeah, so it's pretty necessary to speak. I mean, like, when people have kids, even before asking if the kid is healthy usually, people will ask, well, is it a boy or a girl? They want to know what pronoun to call the kid, despite that often when it's really young child, people say the baby is crawling its way over to the couch or something like that, I don't know. But they use it for babies, which is kind of weird. Anyway, I think a great answer to what is the baby a boy or a girl would be, well, we're waiting for it to grow up and tell us. I really would like to use that someday if I ever have kids. I think that's a brilliant answer. Anyway, what was next? I know I'm already moving into gender-neutral pronouns, but yeah. The other two English pronouns that are gender-neutral that I've come across are they and one. They as singular gets used a fair amount. I found on a Wikipedia page that this has actually been in practice since like the 15th century. I'm not entirely sure I believe that because it's Wikipedia, but it could very well be true. It could very well be true. So yeah, I was signing up for classes the other day and I was passing pretty well, but so I got a lot of male pronouns. But I also once or twice someone really didn't know what I was, and used they and like go give them this, but they were just talking about me, not anybody else, and I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, other than that, I know, again, with the Wikipedia page, it's really awesome. It has a lot of information. I strongly suggest you go look at it, because I'm only going to talk about a tiny amount of it, because I don't want to give you the whole thing, because you should just read the page. There's no reason for me to summarize it all here. But then there's also the pronoun one, like, one should do something or other. That's, yeah, I don't know. But that's really formal and kind of awkward because people don't use it very much anymore. And it's usually only used in, like, essays and stuff. I don't know. I found on the wiki a bunch of, well, a few gender-neutral pronouns, like Z and here, or Z and, where is it, mer or zers are also apparently substitutes for here that I've never heard of before, but those are kind of cool. And then there's co and co's, which I know somebody who has a cousin who goes by those pronouns, and yeah, I don't know. But I think that those constructed pronouns are a little bit strange because, just because they're not in use very much. That's honestly the only reason I think they're strange. I think they're a great idea. I wish people would use them more, and feel comfortable using them because they're brilliant, but nobody uses them, so they're really kind of awkward. Which is kind of this self-defeating circle, I know, but anyway, yeah. Wow, this is taking a lot less time than I thought it would. Anyway, yeah, they're kind of awkward, but I think if people could get used to them, they would be really great, and a lot of people would like them and like using them. Another option is just not using pronouns at all, which for the same reason is really difficult. I have a friend who doesn't use pronouns at all, or at least prefers that people don't use pronouns, in respect to this person, but it's really difficult to do. Like, even that sentence I just said, that sounded kind of awkward, in respect to this person. That's just awkward sounding. But yeah, I personally would prefer a lack of pronouns. When I first came out, people really avoided pronouns. People weren't very good at it, and my name would get used like 4 times in a single sentence. Looking back, it's really hilarious. At the time, it was just like, what are you doing? But yeah, I don't know. I have a friend who's really good at it. It's confusing as to why he's so good at it, because nobody else seems to be, but it's pretty awesome. So yeah, anyway, but yeah, me and pronouns. I grew up with female pronouns. Until I started figuring out what I was, I didn't find them particularly uncomfortable. I mean, since at least the 3rd grade, I've always had this narrative going through my head of just, like, my life, which I know that sounds kind of strange, but just, my brain narrates my life in my head in 3rd person. I'm not sure why. Just like, he walked to the door or something like that. But yeah, so, and even though I strongly prefer male pronouns to female ones, the female ones are still in my brain when I'm narrating stuff sometimes. Just cause, I think it's just because those are the patterns my brainwaves are in or whatever, and it's really difficult to get out of those. It's just really difficult, which is probably the same reason other people have a lot of difficulty switching over pronouns for trans folk, or using the gender-neutral pronouns. It's just because our brains aren't adjusted to that. There's actually a bit about that from linguists in this CNN article, which I'm also linking on the side of the page over there. You should go check that out. And then what? I don't know, but I do prefer male pronouns. Nowadays, hearing or thinking female pronouns, it's really uncomfortable, kind of like sitting in one of those wicker chairs when it doesn't have a cushion on it. Like, you know, the wood is all woven together and kind of pokes into you. It's not comfortable. And female pronouns are kind of like that to me. Whereas, like, male pronouns, they were really strange at first. They were really strange. Not in a bad way, just strange, because I wasn't used to them, and I would always be startled when somebody did use them, because I didn't pass very well at first. But now it's kind of like, if I keep going with the chair analogy, it's like sitting in an easy chair. I think I would prefer gender-neutral pronouns, but those are kind of like, what are they like? They're just kind of strange, because I'm not used to them, I think. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really curious as to what other people think about pronouns and anything else that goes along with that, and that goes for all of my videos, not just this one. Please respond, comment, I want to know what you think. I'd like to have video conversations with people, like through YouTube or just whatever. You can message me on YouTube too, pretty much anything. Yeah, also I think I might post this video in German, see if I can get more responses that way, because I do speak German. If I write it down first, I think I might do a semi-reasonable job, so that might show up and maybe I'll get a few more responses, and that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if that'll actually happen though. Anyway, that's somehow all I had to say. I thought it was more, but yeah, have a great day, folks. See you later. I forgot to say, the music today is provided by the awesome band Incendio, because I don't want to, like, steal their music. I've also posted a link to their website. They're a great band, you should listen to them. They tour a lot. They've recently even been going to the East Coast. They're native to California, I believe. But yeah, you should listen to their music, because it's awesome.